the spiritual journey that we go on to reconnect is really one of encountering once again the truth of our inner connection with this being, Mother Gaia. We tend to want to make it complicated, spirituality. But really, I think what we're longing for is to come back home inside of ourselves. And it's not the world, it's not the earth that's the problem, it's the human created world that's the problem. And when we push away the earth, oftentimes we're mistaking the human created world versus the naturalness of this mother. So it's really important to differentiate between the two. If you're having issues and a feeling of not being able to connect with your own body and with the earth, for instance, take a look at it's important to look at the conditioning and what helped create that disconnection. It's not the earth that is at fault for what human beings have created. And we punish the earth, don't we? We punish our bodies and we hurt one another. So our own relationship to our body is a really good example of how we're feeling about the earth. Interesting, isn't it? Like how we treat ourselves, how we nourish ourselves, self-love, self-care, patience and understanding. This is our own umbilical cord to the earth. This is how we feel about being here. And that will be our relationship to this earth mother. So if we're a little bit resentful about even being here and finding it, yeah, we're going to find it challenging, but really actually kind of wanting to exit on some level. And those little places can be hidden deep inside. And we all have them in different ways. In little ways we sabotage our lives. These are really important things to look at. And conversely, the more that we're falling in love with our own being and with the imperfection too of our own bodies and psyches, the more that we are going to soften and open to this beautiful being, this earth that we are. So our spiritual deepening, if it's not an up and out kind of spiritual deepening, but a down and in, is going to help us shift perspective and deepen in truth. And I've written about this before, but part of our relationship to the earth has to do with our relationship to impermanence and time. Because things here are born and they live and they die and they return back, right? Everything except space, seemingly. I think that's why in spirituality, many people lean over into the transcendent, the unborn natures, because it doesn't Die. Oh, good. Something I can hang on to that doesn't go. I get it. That's important too. That's what I mean. We need balance. So our relationship to time is our own relationship to our bodies, and how we feel about the passing of bodies, the passing of your body, and how you feel about it is also going to reflect on your how you feel about the earth. And that's one of the reasons why, probably the main reason why we're as a species destroying the planet as fast as we can and one another is because we haven't come to terms and made our peace with time. We want to subdue it, we want to control it, we want to kill it off, we don't honor it. We're doing everything we can to desecrate it. Maybe if we destroyed it enough, it wouldn't have hold of us. We would have hold of it. And of course, that goes towards how the patriarchy has come to be out of hand, out of control. I'm not talking about the masculine. I'm talking about patriarchy. And so that is all about subduing the feminine because the feminine represents birth and death, right? It's killing us all off because we all are made of form, bodies, and have bodies, but especially the feminine. And that's why we see the earth as in a feminine way because she gives birth. So this runs really deep. This goes deep. And it's really important to look at our one's own relationship to time, to impermanence. How do you feel about it? And you can one can be afraid without necessarily blaming or wanting to punish the body or the earth for it. We can take ownership for our fear and own it and acknowledge it and use it, work it like a koan. It's like the ultimate koan because if you can work through the koan of how you feel about your demise and the demise of those whom you love, so you may not feel too triggered by your own demise because that could be so abstract, but the demise of those you love. So you have to look at this and kind of tease it out from how you feel about your relationship to the earth, even the earth. So it makes it seem like an object. See, language was created as a way to understand ourselves in relationship to things. And so this is the subject here, we are, and then the object, and then the words have been born out of that. And they solidify the objective reality and make us, they're useful, but it can also create distance, separation, and make us feel separate from like a tree, you know, versus this living, breathing, sensing, alive, intelligent being that is awake to you. right? So different from the word tree. So see if you can kind of clean up how you feel about earth. Wish we had different words, you know. I mean, earth is not a bad word per se, it's the way we relate to it. And that's all what it is relationship, you know. We're meant to be in relationship. But if it creates distance, then look at that. And I think feeling through the heart is a great way to connect with one another and with the earth, with her. We'll take away the with earth. It would be nice if there was a word like earth ourselves. You know, could squeeze together two words. Earth ourselves. My body, and when we say my body, what we felt the all bodies in the earth too, my body. So that's what happens the more that we wake up to truth, to the truth of things. We wake up to it because we've lost it, right? We come back to our naturalness. Very simple, very natural. More and more grounded with your feet on the earth, your bare feet, preferably right now. Just imagine your bare feet with some nice soft grass. They say that doing that for 20 minutes re-regulates our system because there's actually um, a sound that the earth transmits. A vibration, sound is vibration, tone, and it regulates our hearts and our whole circulatory system and the flesh. And it's just, of course, it's your mother. And I think this mother is getting impatient with us as a collective. We've been acting out teenager age for too long, causing a lot of havoc and hurting a lot of beautiful creatures. Why would she prefer us over other creatures? They're all her children. We have this idea that we're the greatest species. We have all these divine rights. And those who are in the United States in this group, that this collective consciousness, not everyone buys into it at all. Trust me. This country is the greatest. So please, greatest in harming right now. One of the greatest. And forgetting. The more you forget, the more you harm. The more out of sync you are with natural state, the more you're going to be destructive. And it's still the magic and the beauty and the you know the The wonder of life is still here. It's like another dimension. It's a different dimension. I think that's what happens the more that we let go of this veil of separation that lies between us and that, us and life, us and nature, earth, one another. We even objectify our own bodies. Many of us don't even feel it here. Our bodies are an object to ourselves. That's how far it's gotten. But we start where we can, right? Not meaning to make any of it wrong. Let earth, earth ourselves. Let earth ourselves help bring you home. You didn't get mothered correctly, you didn't get fathered correctly, maybe. Go back to the original mother.